Hello and welcome to the Around Dalton Holiday Edition for 2019. I'm John Kelly, a member of the Dalton Civic Arts Group that once again is putting on our 24th annual Dalton Light Up the Holidays. And we also have other events going on throughout the week that we thought we'd bring you up to date on. And our brand new event going on in that week, so we're very excited about that. And we'd like to thank Dalton Community Cable for allowing us the time to do this. And we hope that you find it enlightening and participate in some of the great things that we have going on in Dalton. First, an overview of the week. Saturday and Sunday, December 7th and 8th, from 10 to 3, is the Holiday Craft Fair at the Stationery Factory. Now that's not just a regular craft fair, that's like a judged craft fair with really unique artisan type of products. Last year I know they brought in over 3,000 people to that event, but if you get a chance to get out and visit, I think you'll find it very interesting. And walk around the Stationery Factory. I know they also have some interesting exhibits going on. Monday evening, December 9th, from 6:30 to 8 at the Dalton Library, there are some costumed guest readers of children's holiday stories going on that evening. I believe they have some snacks for some of the kids. So if you have any interest to get out and have a fun night at the Dalton Library, we hope you get out and do that. And thank you to our guest readers for doing that. That's a great program. The special program that we're adding this year that we're very excited about is Friday evening, December 13th. From 5:30 to 8 p.m., the Ersfeld family who purchased the former Grace Episcopal Church, they now call it Gracecroft, is going to host a Santa greeting at their home. It's open to the general public, it's free. There's a meet and greet with Santa and Mrs. Claus in one portion of the home. In another portion, there's going to be, I believe, some of the princesses from Frozen that kids can meet up with. There's also going to be some snacks and some cider provided. So on that Friday evening, park in any of the church parking lots there, and their entrance is going to be right off of Main Street. And come right in the front door. The Ersfeld family was so gracious to set this up and do this. We think it's going to be a big hit, and I'm not sure if they realize this, but we really would like to do this every year. So I hope you take advantage of that. If you haven't seen the house, please feel free to do so on that particular evening. We've really come to know Carolyn and Chris very well. And they're so thrilled to be part of Dalton, and they're so thrilled to be doing something on Main Street. So take advantage of that and stop in and see that. Saturday, December 14th, from 5 to 8, is our annual Light Up the Holidays, which will start as a Santa Claus parade on Depot Street. That's going to continue right straight up to culminating in the celebration on the front steps of the Dalton CRA. Along the way is music, light food, Santa on a sleigh, and this year, Dalton Community Cable is going to be doing a ride-along. You've seen all the movies of the ride-alongs, well, we're going to do one. Santa Claus with a videographer, so you'll get to see this year the view of the Light Up the Holidays program from Santa Claus's eyes. What does he see pulling up to a place with all kinds of people and music and food? Hopefully all the joy in the kids' faces. So look for that after the holidays this year, but that was a very unique idea that Dalton Community Cable had, and we're very excited to accommodate that. Lastly, on the just overview is Sunday, December 15th, from 12 to 3, there's a Santa visit, and that's going to be at the Dalton CRA. I believe they also have coloring books that they're going to be doing there. I believe some snacks and a visit with Santa Claus. I mean, if once wasn't enough during the week, double it up, because you never know. If you got a big list, you got to get the whole thing in there. So that's an overview of the week that we currently have. And I'm going to give you a little more of a breakdown of some interesting things within the parade that we're doing Saturday, 5 to 8. This year we have some additions. I know that the Bartlett Dwyer Funeral Home on Main Street is going to be participating this year, which we're very thrilled. There'll be some, I know we'll put some bags up their front steps. They're going to do some food there. It was kind of last minute, so they're not going to be able to fully take advantage of our participation, but next year we're going to add that as a full stop. They'll be one of the places that we spread our Central Berkshire Regional School District music around. And our calendar this year just lists CBRSD music because we're mixing and matching and moving them around in various loops on various parts of Main Street. One loop is going to be the Depot Street down to about the post office loop. And then when they're done, they'll catch up with everybody else at the CRA. And then we'll have a larger loop of kids that are going to move around the upper Main Street area from the CRA back down to the Congregational Church. So all along the way, there'll be different musical groups participating, which we're so thrilled to have them. And they are actually the beneficiaries of the monies that we raise through sponsorships, which also reminds me, feel free to make donations anytime you like. You could stop in a Kelly's Package Store. I'd be happy to take some and put it towards this program. But we donate monies back to the arts programs in Central Berkshire Regional School District. We've been doing that for a lot of years, and we've actually donated back a pretty large sum of monies that we're very thrilled to be able to keep them going with instruments and whatever expenses they may have, and they're in turn showcasing for us on the Main Street Strip, which is fantastic. The program also that we're going to have done this year is going to be in the Berkshire Eagle on Wednesday, December 4th. It's a pull-out in the middle, so please grab it, pull it out. It'll give you a timing throughout the entire day, plus all of the weeks-long festivals or festivities going on, so that might be handy. And we'll also have them around town. The Berkshire Eagle is very good to print up a lot of the programs, so they'll be out and around the first week of December. So if you have any questions, they're available. The route that we're doing, I think one of the highlights this year is the Kittredge House. Last year we had some, I think a magic show up there, and I think a balloon artist. And this year we had a little more chance to plan, so please feel free to stop there. They're going to have some interesting things. And next year, we're already having discussions about creating a multicultural center at the Kittredge House for the event. And I think you may find that very interesting as we're trying to bring about some interesting ideas in the community as far as some social change. And I think the Kittredge House might be a really interesting stop next year. We'll be back and let you know about that next year as we really put that together. The program then culminates at about 8 p.m. at the Dalton CRA. All of the different CBRSD music groups will be there to perform. Santa Claus lands for his last visit of the evening, so he'll be there to visit with kids as long as they are interested. And then businesses along the way, the Union Block area are also open. The banks are open and all have food. So please feel free to take advantage of their hospitality all along the way. I think that each year we seem to have grown a little bit with various groups who may not have participated, who are adding on. I didn't want to go through each individual stop here because I think it'd be kind of, if you put it in front of you, it's easy to figure out. So the program, find it, pull it out. But I think you'll find that the participation of various groups has risen. I think the unique nature of some of the places that are offering various things is really worth doing. And we hope that you really enjoy this year's festivities. Another place I would direct you is the Dalton CRA website, which I think will have some other programs listed on there which might be of interest. So feel free to check on that also. And I think that that about wraps up where we're going with this. It's not a long show. I think it just gives you the idea of where things are, how they're working. But we hope you come out with families. I know we've had great response from families telling us that their kids come home for this particular event and maybe not for Christmas, because they really enjoy the camaraderie and the fun, festive spirit. And we really try hard to keep that up each year. If anybody has any thoughts on something different we should be doing, please feel free to let us know, because we're always looking to broaden and make it more interesting. I also think that this year is the year we're finally going to try and get something different in the summertime that's an accompaniment to this program. And that is hopefully going to be something like a Celebrate Dalton. It's like a Founders Weekend type of thing. We finally got, I think, people put in place, a lot of different groups, and that is something we're going to be meeting on right after the first of the year to get going on that. If you have any interest in volunteering or participating in that, feel free to give me an email, John, John, at kelly'spackagestore.com. We're looking for volunteers who can help put together something like Penny Carnival, the old CRA Olympics, some other opportunities for high school age kids. It's all going to be age appropriate. And we'd like to bring in different nonprofit groups also, such as a historical society or the library or any other groups in Dalton who want to come and just celebrate in what Dalton really is all about. And if that's an interest that you might have, then we're looking for volunteers, and we'll be looking for sponsors also, because we want to make this as low cost and friendly as we possibly can. So that is a precursor to what's coming next summer. I hope that the program we put on this year for the holidays is something that you really find interesting, and hopefully you take great pride in what we've put together for the town of Dalton. And if you want to participate and hop in, you're more than welcome. And I think that wraps up our show. So I hope that you get a chance to see this, and I hope that you get a chance to see the Santa Claus edition that's going to be filmed that gives you a view of what Santa Claus sees. I'm going to be fascinated by it. So thank you very much, and I hope that you enjoy the holidays this year with you and your family, and come out and see us. Thank you.